So recently, someone who I used to follow a lot back in the day when I wasn't doing my own YouTube, someone from the Creatures, Kootra, recently got swatted. Now, if you don't know what swatting means, it's when someone calls in a fake report to the police station in your area, gives them your address, and says that you either fired or have a bomb or some kind of superficial threat, or maybe not superficial. What I'm looking for the wrong one. Some type of serious threat is what I meant that they need to react to. Now, a SWAT team will get sent out to there and deal with the problem. Now, this recently just happened today, and there's many people on both sides blowing up. I'm going to take my stance right now in saying that, the video of which he was, swatted and taken down and put into custody, well, not taken down, but put into custody by them, is perfectly 100% legitimate. That's how they should handle situations, and I'm a very opinionated person, which might be some off-putting to some people, but that's just how I am. I'm opinionated. I have opinions. Everyone has opinions, and I believe my opinions are pretty good. Of course, they're not all the time. I will admit they're not all the time, but at the time right now, it's perfectly deserved. Now, what essentially happened, he got called in, he was at his office, he said, "Oh, I think I'm being swatted," because he heard the SWAT team yelling in, telling people get out of the room, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm being swatted." They came in, he put his hands up to put him down on the ground, they handcuffed him, asked him for his name, yada yada, put him up on a thing, asked him if what he thinks is doing is funny, and then he was like, "I'm not laughing, it's not funny, officer," yada yada. I will link, the video will be in the description, I will link it in an annotation if I can. And there's two sides. There's people saying it was 100 completely deserved. They're doing their job. It's what they're supposed to do. It's what they're trained to do, which is absolutely 100% right in my opinion. And then there's people saying they stepped way outside the boundaries. F cops. Fuck this. Screw that. They're not allowed to do that. He should have done this. They should have done this. They should have done this. And he should have done this. The only person in the wrong here, the only single person in the wrong of this whole ordeal that happened is the person who called in and made the SWAT call. That's the only person in the wrong. That's the only big issue that needs to be taken care of, is catching that kid, whoever it was, whether it was on a landline or a Skype call, because I've heard both from the tweets that they both put out from two different people. The number one thing is the kid needs to be caught. People will be like, well, they should have some way to decode whether this message is active or not, and to be honest, they don't have the time to decode, nor do they have the people who have that kind of skills to be able to do that. They already have millions of dollars. I don't know, maybe, was it billions or millions? I don't remember. I just watched something that talked about their budget for SWAT teams after 9/11. I'll also link that video because it's a great video. It's specifically about swatting and hackers, against hackers, people who do this. A lot of things like that, because there was a lot of threats and things that happened during 9/11, as it was a very drastic time. But again, people are saying they need to decode this and they need to decode that, figure out if this is an actual threat or not. Like I was saying, they don't have time for that. Literally, seconds can be the difference between someone dying and someone living. So when they get that call, they get the address, they send people out there. It's done. They're legally obligated to have to send someone. If they can't say that it's fake and beforehand, which they probably won't because they don't have that ability to do that, they got to send someone. Because if they don't, if they say, "Oh, it's just another one of those kids calling," boom, 5 people dead, they get screwed, their whole organization gets screwed, they probably lose funding and things like that. But a lot of people just don't think about these things. It's unfortunate what happened to them. It's unfortunate that the SWAT team had to go through this ordeal as well, as it was a big waste of their time to go on fake calls, but there's nothing they can do to prevent that right now. There are laws that go through. I just recently learned that a law went through in California that has to do with swatting and hackers and things like that. Now I don't know the specifics of the law, but hopefully it's something that would benefit people, as the guy who made the bill actually got swatted himself, which I thought was actually kind of funny. That'll also be in one of the videos I link. But anyways, I think just people I don't want to be rude, But I think people do not think things through. People are anti-cop, anti-SWAT, and while there are good and bad cops, there are things that happen that shouldn't happen. There are always, usually, okay, I want to say there's always, there's usually something you could have done better, but in that situation, they didn't have much of a choice. You know, they had to get Kootra down, and a lot of people are complaining, well, he should have turned off his stream and his information would have been released. It's like, his information was released, like the important information, where his address of his office was released when he was on the ground being detained. There's nothing he could have done about that while he was being swatted. He did eventually turn off his stream, I believe 3 minutes later, when he told the officer about it, and he did that for him. But other than that, it's like people were just ridiculous. I don't know why I'm going on this like rant. I don't even know why I made this video anymore. It's 6 minutes into this video, and I'm still going on. I commented on a couple of these videos. Maybe this is why I'm all riled, or a couple of the comments on the video. This is why I'm all riled up. And someone just like straight out called me retarded because I said, if you have a guns, he had multiple pistols and assault rifles pointed at him. I said, if you have guns pointed at you, the first thing you're gonna do is get on the ground. You're not gonna say, hold on, officers, I'm streaming right now, need to turn it off. That's not gonna happen. And a lot of people were saying, oh, he should have done this, the officer should have done that, and it's just like, shut the F up. I don't mean to be rude, but shut the F up, because you have no idea in that position. If that happened to me, let's say this happened to me, someone came in, guns pointed at me, I would get on the ground, strip naked if I had to. I'm not getting shot. If that was what it came down to, I would have damn did that. Because one misfire, one accidental person who doesn't have their trigger discipline correct and accidentally pull that trigger, and I get 3 rounds in my chest, I'm dead, more than likely. I don't know. I'm just really riled up because someone like insulted me. They did 2 comments, and then I did this big explanation of what I was talking about, and they haven't replied, so I'm just still kind of riled up for it, I guess. It's unfortunate, but Kootra and their coworkers, Dan, who is also there, is safe, so it's good, and they have that all figured out. I don't know. People are freaking some people I don't want to deal with sometimes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, whenever video comes up, or maybe it'll be another rant. Who knows? Who knows?